Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Carl. I'm a Bob Ross certified painting instructor. I thought today we'd do one of Bob's paintings, Mountain Serenity. So sit back and relax, or grab your paints and follow along with me. Let's go up to the canvas. So I have a 16 by 20 canvas. I've covered it in a very thin coat of liquid white, and we do not want the liquid white to dry, so we can move and slide paint on the canvas. And we're going to start with just a nice sky. So I'm going to grab the 1-inch brush and we'll go into a little bit of a alizarin crimson. We don't want much. And maybe right here, right in the base, we'll do kind of some layered mountains. Do a little bit of alizarin crimson. And then maybe down here we'll have a little bit in the water. Horizontal strokes. Something like that. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of phthalo blue. And phthalo blue is very strong, very powerful. And maybe up here, I'm doing X strokes. And we'll bring it down into the red. Just X strokes, and the more you work it, the more it'll blend and mix on the canvas. So you can kind of see I'm doing those X strokes. And then we'll bring in some water. I think today we'll just do the pulling strokes, horizontal strokes. We'll have some water down here. Maybe a little bit darker down there, a little bit more of the blue. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Maybe towards the edges. And I'm going to go to a clean 1-inch brush, and we're going to go back up into the sky and just doing X strokes. Remember, there's liquid white on the canvas. We're going to blend out some of those brush strokes, and it'll help mix the paint. The small ones, sometimes I don't even worry about. I don't know, it adds some character to your paintings. And I'm going to go down and just blend the water a little bit, just real soft. Look how quickly we've put in a nice sky. I'm going to take that 1-inch brush and we'll go into a little bit of the white. Not too much paint, but we're going to tap in some clouds. So maybe think of the top edge of the clouds, where they would live. Maybe something like that. And maybe right here. Yeah, right there. We're just looking for that top edge. Maybe we have just another layer of clouds. This is another way you can make clouds. So I have the 1-inch brush. You could use the 2-inch brush. There. And notice we have layers here. All right, another clean, dry brush. I do try to reuse brushes, so throughout the painting I'll try to reuse some of these so I don't have to clean them. But we're just going to blend the base. And then we'll fluff. Just fluff the tops of the clouds. There. And then over here I'm going to be very careful about that part that I just created. And just softly fluff those tips of the clouds and whisper all the way across. So let's go into a little bit of midnight black, some phthalo blue, some Prussian blue, maybe some Van Dyke brown, a little bit of crimson, titanium white. Because these are in the distance, I'm going to go a little bit more of the brown. A little roll of paint. And maybe this very back mountain is pretty tall. Yeah, there we go. Just scrub in the paint. And then reload. Yeah, maybe this mountain is just overlooking another layer of mountain. So this one's going to be pretty high up there. And I'm looking to get rid of as much of that paint as possible. And I'm going to grab one of my 1-inch brushes and I'm just going to pull. There. And we're just pulling and then just very softly. I don't want to go too low because I'm going to have another layer. Let it blend into the sky. For the highlight, a little bit of alizarin crimson, not much, a little bit of black, kind of dull it down a bit. And we don't want much back here. Let the canvas take what it wants. Reload, very light pressure. Very light pressure. Yeah, maybe there's another peak right there. There. Maybe it just comes across. We don't know. You have to be creative, and maybe this one comes out just like that. Very soft. And we'll take a little bit of the phthalo blue. Just go into a very light mixture, just here and there. Just put the indication. I'm going to add a little bit more white to that. A little bright. It's in the distance. There. And then maybe this peak comes around this way. So we're going to take our 1-inch brush and then just lightly tap. Follow the lay of the mountain and then pull up. Very light pressure, very light pressure. And then we'll tap this way. There. I'm going to take that mountain mixture, add a little bit more black and maybe some blue. And we're going to do a layer of mountains in the foreground. Something like this. This mountain that comes up. These ones will be kind of a little different style. Something like this. I'm just, again, scraping that top edge. That's what I care about. And we're going to pull down and pull, blend. That's what that liquid white's there to help you out. And by pulling, you can start seeing things in your mountain. It creates these textures, variations in tones, and then just very soft, very soft. I'm just going to go across. And we'll bring in a little bit more of the crimson. And maybe just little spots. We'll have little, maybe there's like faces of the mountain. Maybe it's more of a cliff. Let the canvas take what it wants. Look at that. Just like a cliff. Don't cover it all. You know, some spots might have some shadows. And I don't have much paint here. I'm kind of keeping this pretty light in paint. There. And then we'll go back into that blue mixture, maybe a little bit of Prussian blue. Light pressure, just pulling. Use the small part of the knife if you need to get into spaces. But leave some of this, leave some of that darker base color. Maybe we'll just put a few indications over here. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more of the blue, maybe a little bit more of the Prussian blue. Tiny indications, ooh, I like that. Just add a little cold here and there. Change the tones a little bit. You can have fun with this. And really focus. I'm just putting a few little highlights right at the top. That's what you'd kind of see first. So a 1-inch brush, and we're just going to blend the base just a little bit. Go up into the mountain area. And look at that. That's creating that illusion that these are way in the distance. Very soft, very soft, very soft. And I want to add white. So I want this to be very light. So to create the illusion that these are way far away. A small fan brush. You could use a large fan brush. Right here. Just distant trees. I'm just tapping with the corner of the brush. There's something about like that. 1-inch brush, and just lightly blend the base. There. Maybe pull up, eliminate the brush strokes, and that just softens them in just a little bit right there. So let's go into that mountain mixture here. We'll go into some phthalo green. We'll go into some Van Dyke brown, a little bit of Prussian blue and black. And maybe like right in here, I'm going to put a little mark. So maybe about right there. And look at that, by starting to build layers and we have different tones, that's going to push those trees way into the distance. There. And you know what? I'm going to switch, just because it's a little smaller, do this small tree with this guy. There we go. Just some indications. They're just overlooking that area. And you can make them tilted too. Maybe they, as Bob would say, maybe they got stepped on when they were little. Corner of the brush. There. Okay, we just have a whole layer of trees. And maybe we have some towering trees. And again, if you go through the thick mountain, you might have to add a little bit of liquid clear just to thin it down. I'm going to change this one just a little bit. It was getting kind of squished. There. There, now we can kind of see the top of it. Corner of the brush. We're just kind of adding in color there. Just having a good time overlooking this beautiful scene. Just scrubbing that. I'm just pushing harder as we go down. There. Just here and there, we're just going to go into that dark mixture, and we'll kind of shape some, maybe we have some grasses. Just like that. And then we can put the illusion of water. We have some big trees here. There's some reflections. Straight down. And I'm going to take just a cleaner brush. You want to be very careful. I'm going to go over this and then very soft. Whisper, whisper. Light pressure, pull across. And that just sets in our reflections. Okay, I'm going to go into a little bit of dark sienna, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Maybe we'll go down here and we'll mix up a little bit of titanium white. A little roll of paint. We'll just put some indications. Maybe on some of the bigger ones. Bigger trees, maybe there's some tree trunks. There. So I'm going to use this small brush and I'm going to go into a little bit of cadmium yellow. Let's go up here. And just on the right side, we'll just put the indication of just some green highlights. There. And this one back here. There. Another 1-inch brush. This is what I did the sky with, some of the blending. And I'm going to tap, and maybe in the distance here. Oh yeah, look at that. We just have some grasses. I'm just tapping. And you can start shaping the lay of the land. Go into some liquid white. And we'll go into some yellow, rounded side up, and maybe we have some bushes. Yeah, and they're just having a good time, just overlooking this area. Look at that. Just working layers. We'll do a little bit more of a green. Yeah, maybe we'll do right there. Ooh. Look at that. Just a nice green bush just enjoying itself. And look at that. I can just go back in, add some details back there. 1-inch brush. We'll go back into the kind of the yellows for the grass. And maybe we can work in layers. Look at that. Maybe this comes up here. Maybe there's a little green reflecting in. There. Just to add a little bit more detail to your painting. Very soft. We'll blend that. Go across. Light pressure. Brown mixture. And we'll just put in the indications of some shore, some sand. Little roll of paint. Not too much. Maybe it goes back there. And we'll put some grass there coming down to the shoreline. Indications of some grasses here. Put some indications down here. There. There. Beautiful highlights down to the water. Oh, I like that. White on the knife, and we'll just start scrubbing in just the indication. Maybe you really like a certain brush or one of the knives, use that. Even if it's different than what I'm doing or what Bob's doing. I'm just scrubbing in some of the water line here. There. And you know what, maybe there's a little bit out into the water. Look at that. Just a nice scene. We're going to go back into that dark mixture. Bushes down here. Maybe we've got just some bushes out into the water. Some liquid white, and we'll put some highlights on here, maybe. And work, like I said, work in layers. So you don't want to cover it all. Ooh, look at that. Maybe we've got, oh, I love that color. That's a pretty color. Maybe we'll bring back some green. Let's put a yellow one up here. Sticks and twigs and add as many little details as you'd like. Put some of those indications. Go into a little bit of the bright red. I hope you enjoyed my take on Bob's painting. If you're looking for art supplies or Bob Ross products, check out my affiliate links in the description below. It's no additional cost to you and it really helps support my channel. My website is carlvonartistry.com. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Happy painting. See you next time.